What is up? Today is special. I get to sit with the legend, iconic designer Jeff Hamilton, man. We're in the south of France. There could be worse places to be, huh?
It's a pleasure to be with you, TJ. You've always been so graceful and great with me, so I love to be speaking to you.
Yeah, man. We see you at every important cultural moment, and we don't only see you, we see you with Jeff Hamilton gear on. And everybody takes pictures with you. Everybody wants to know the story behind the man. Would love to get a sense of the background. How did you get to where Jeff Hamilton is today?
It's a natural journey that happened. I never thought I was going to be a designer growing up, and I just decided to move to America when I was in my 20s, and one thing led to the other. I got into the fashion business totally by accident. I never thought I was going to be a designer, and I took the license for Guess jeans for men, with 20 grand in 1983, and then just went to the moon. I mean, it was a rocket ship, and after I finished with Guess, I just it was the 80s. I was a young, successful kid and very rich in my 20s, and riding Harleys and living the Hollywood life, coming from France, and living the American dream. And I started riding Harleys, and of course I wanted to look good, so I started creating jackets just for myself. I didn't know even how to make a jacket, so we would just do certain things. I didn't know how to reproduce it. And then suddenly people start hitting me up, and we wanted you to do a jacket for us. Michael Jackson and Madonna and George Michael, and later on Guns N' Roses. And then one thing naturally, because my passion was always sports, and even, of course, I grew up in Paris, and I love soccer, but my love always has been basketball. So I didn't know much about the NBA. All I knew is I knew Jerry West, I knew Will Chamberlain, I knew Lou Alcindor. I had posters in my bedroom. And then little I know, one day I was going to start working with those guys. So I started working with Magic and Michael in 1986, a year after he just came out. And the natural progression was that I started getting licenses from all those big, sports leagues, and I got the NFL and the NHL and Major League, and then it's kind of like me I started creating because out of necessity I became a designer. I never thought I was going to be a designer, and I started finding so much passion and love in everything I did. Plus, there was the celebrity factor that I was a groupie in a way, and I still am. Just at my age, I'm still happy when I see Michael Jordan in front of me or a star. It's because I love to create and put telling my story through my designs.
You are such an icon, and one of the things I love about you is every time you show up, you've been to all of these events multiple times, it still feels fresh. It still feels like you're enjoying it for the first time. I'd love to know, what was the breakthrough moment? Who was the person that hit you up, that put the jacket on, the iconic jacket, that everything changed?
I would say probably during the Madonna days, and probably George Michael, I would say, and really Andrew Dice Clay a lot. At the time, when he used to wear all those crazy leather jackets, and he was known for his jackets, and but of course, once we got into the NBA and the players are using it, and especially I kind of brought in the championship jacket the day of the winning of the championship.
That's right.
So I started with that with Michael, which went viral, but Kobe took it to a different level.
With the trophies.
With the trophy, and it became, last year was voted the most iconic fashion picture in sports history.
Wow.
And people knew me, but they didn't know me. Unfortunately, when he passed away, people put me together, the whole connection, as me having designed the Kobe jacket. And just, that's kind of Kobe blessing me with whatever I'm doing today, and I'm blessed. Every day is a blessing for me to be able to create and be around so many beautiful people.
I gotta ask, man, a bit nerdy, with Michael Jordan, and because I could have been talking about Michael Jackson or Kobe Bryant, how did that even come about, getting the jacket on them in the locker room, championship? Is that a call? Is that do you get it to them? How does that work? How did it work?
There is a word for it, but it's hustle. That's all it is. For me, it's my love and passion, knowing that I had that idea. I had that vision. In '91, I didn't have a pass to even go in the locker room. I kind of squeezed my way when everybody was running and find a way to do it. It's basically hustling, crashing, relationship, knowing people, and then of course, later on, I would get the credentials from the NBA and doing it, and it was kind of like still like a gray area because you have those big brands, the Adidas and Nikes of the world that pay so much money for the rights to wear the hat and the T-shirt, and here I am, like one guy going in with one or two jackets and putting on a Shaq and Kobe, and I have the jacket, and so but it became the athletes themselves looked at it as a trophy. We're in a world where we all want instant gratification.
Yeah.
You don't want to wait till win the championship in June and then wait all the way till October to get your championship ring. But a jacket, you put it on, first of all, you feel like a Superman. It's like putting a cape on.
Yeah.
The storytelling of the whole season, how many championships you won, like the skyline of your city, the colors of your city, and through my eyes, and it's just a beautiful reward for me just to see wearing it, and the players felt that energy.
Of course,
They still do.
They're so iconic. One of the things that's so special today, a lot would argue that fashion feels a little like copy paste, generic. People don't have their own sauce or swag. You put so much detail, thought, and intentionality behind each piece. What goes into the creative process of creating something bespoke for someone?
It's basically the research of knowing who I'm going to be doing the designs for, but also it might sound pretentious, but I don't think I'm in a fashion business.
Oh.
As much as my stuff look, because the jacket I did 30 years ago is still relevant today.
That's right.
And I try to be relevant today. I'm turning 70 in 2 months, and I feel like I'm 30 years old. And I love what I do. My passion is, I want people to feel my passion through my creations. And so it's basically studying who I'm going to do it, and how flashy are they? Are they what kind of storytelling I do? And it's always elevating the game. Writing a poem of the situation of when we make a jacket for a championship. Like we just finished Saquon Barkley's championship Eagles jacket. So I write a poem of the whole journey of how the team went through New Orleans to achieve whatever they won the second Super Bowl championship with the Eagles, and I make sure also, because I'm so proud of what I do and I'm so passionate, that I sign every single jacket. So I create always the idea that I want people to feel that my DNA, I'm part of it.
That's good.
And always elevating my game. I never feel content to saying where I achieve whatever I have. I always try to maximize my potential.
So you talk about custom and intentionality. What better transition to today, Sport Beach, than talking about two Hall of Famers, Carmelo Anthony, Sue Bird. You've been tasked with creating this iconic pieces for each of them, who are now Hall of Famers. Right. Nobody on planet Earth could do that better than Jeff Hamilton. So give us a little peek behind the hood. What should we have in store?
So we have not revealed them yet, but we're going to reveal them today. And so basically, again, it's all about storytelling. So creating, just looking at the history. For instance, for Melo, who I've known since he was a rookie, so before he even got drafted. And he has not changed, by the way. He's always been as humble and nice and sweet as always has been. But creating the story, seeing the teams that he played with, obviously is more well known for the Nuggets and the Knicks. So it's kind of pushing that, putting the Hall of Fame logo on it, creating his numbers. And so it was a little bit easier because I already done his 75 greatest players jacket. So, the history, I did the 50 greatest players jackets for the NBA, the 75 greatest, and I have a verbal deal with Adam Silver to do the 100th anniversary of the NBA, which I'll be 91 years old. And it's just basically picking up the colors of the teams and just try to get something that fits his personality, that he's going to be very proud when he puts it on.
And Sue Bird?
It's same thing,
Yeah,
same thing.
yeah.
Just going through the teams that she played in, and the color scheme, and just her history and her college, and putting of course met also with Syracuse. So we want to make sure it's kind of like a resume on the jacket in a way.
And then with the individuals, you've done that for years, and you've created special moments. But what I love to see too is the brand side. There are brands that know that if they want to break through, they want to drive culture, they have to work with Jeff Hamilton. Recently, there was a partnership with FIFA announced. I
Right.
would love to hear you talk about the FIFA partnership and just more broadly the partnerships with you in general.
So besides the NBA, we have a global licensing with the NBA and the NFL. We got a global licensing deal with FIFA. So
Big.
we are producing. I mean, it's an amazing opportunity for us just to do what's going to happen next year, and we're very excited. This is why we're more excited for 2026. But also we do a collaboration with fashion brands. You know, so obviously we've done 4 or 5 collaborations with Supreme, or EXO, or OVO with Drake, and then with Pharrell, with the Billionaires Boys Club. We did collaboration with brands like Casablanca. Oof. And a little more edgy stuff. And it's not about, we're not chasing the dollar.
That's right.
So we're chasing the culture. I'm very proud of what I do. I don't care if it's one single jacket that has my DNA in it, and people feel that it's my work. And recently I found, online, I found a jacket that was for sale, and it's a jacket I had designed for Phil Knight in 1994. And I found it, but I know it. I'm the only one who knows there was only one jacket, because I made it for the Rose Bowl jacket that they played in '94. The jacket is still brand new, and everybody's going crazy for the jacket. But it's a gangrene Oregon Duck jacket.
Oof. And then we're here at Sport Beach. Speaking about the culture and dynamic partnerships and sports showing up, you obviously have a partnership with Sport Beach as well. Let's talk about it.
I'm really honored to be part of the roster of talent that has been invited to be at Sports Beach, and I'm such an admirer of the whole team and whatever they've done, and the ability to have all that great panel, understanding really the culture through sports, through movie, through companies, and taking it to a different level. And so it's been very special, and Ryan and Beth have been amazing to us, and we also unveiled today a couple of jackets for the A team of Stagwell, which is a great honor for me to be able to work on.
You lead with your passion for people. You always take care of people. You look people in the eyes. You shake their hands. You show them love. I'm fortunate to know you and to call you someone that I respect.
Feeling is mutual.
And I would say, lastly, we're in front of the biggest brands in the world. They all know who Jeff Hamilton is, and everybody wants to work with you. So what is it required to strike a partnership with the Jeff Hamilton?
Just reach out to us, and we are open to every opportunity. We work on a couple of 100 projects right now, and work doesn't scare me. And I've been, I enjoy working. I love creating new experiences for different brands, and I'd like to think that we bring a different angle than any other brand, because we are a little bit more bespoke, but we have love and passion.
I love that, man. Well, the Jeff Hamilton, ladies and gentlemen, the man, the myth, the legend, the icon. Thanks for the time.
Thank you, my friend.